Good afternoon, students and families, and welcome to Victory Middle School and our Kodiak Kickoff event. My name is Trevor Morris, one of your assistant principals. The purpose of our Kodiak Kickoff event is to first and foremost welcome our new incoming sixth graders and new to West Ada, new to Victory Middle School students. We are excited that you are going to be joining us here for the 22-23 school year. So the purpose of our Kodiak Kickoff event is to share what it means to be a Victory Kodiak with you. It's some of our policies, some of our procedures, some of the faces that you are going to interact with in and during your time here at Victory Middle. So with that, we are going to jump into a few introductions of the people that you're going to see supporting you this school year. First up, our principal at Victory Middle School is Mr. William Shoemaker. Your other assistant principal and administrator of instruction and achievement, Mrs. Leslie Yingling. And as mentioned before, my name is Mr. Trevor Morris, your other assistant principal and administrator of student support. So just to kind of make sense of our unique titles, while Mrs. Yingling and myself both support all students and all staff members in our building, we do have unique duties lists. So just kind of broad view, if you had questions or concerns with anything related to student safety, student conduct, student discipline, or building safety, in general, you would direct those questions towards me. And if you had any questions related to your student's grade or curriculum questions or things related to the instruction and or achievement of your students, you would direct those towards Mrs. Yingling. And last but certainly not least is your sixth grade counselor, Mrs. Sharon Hatler. With a few of those introductions out of the way, to clarify, the first day for students this year is Wednesday, August 16th. As a reminder, and like we will get into in the next slide, that is going to be a late start day, the school day starting at 8:35. Some logistics about the first day and beyond as far as the schedule goes. What time can I arrive to school? Parents, we are asking that you not drop your students off until 7:55 on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, and 8:15 on Wednesdays. Classes start at 8:20 on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Fridays, and 8:35 on Wednesdays. Wednesdays are a little bit unique for our teachers because they are collaborating with their professional learning communities on Wednesdays, which is why we start just a little bit late. Students, once you do eventually get to campus, there are 3 places that you can go. You can go to the cafeteria and hang out or eat breakfast that's provided by the school. This year is a little different. It is no longer free, which we'll talk about here in just a little bit. Or you can go to the main gym or aux gym. In the morning, we have what is called First Bell, which will ring at 8:10 on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, and 8:25 on Wednesdays. And it's at that first bell, students, that you can head into the hallways and then eventually go to your lockers to stow your stuff and then prepare to go to first period. And then at the end of the day, Monday through Friday, school is going to end at 3:05. And we are asking that all students be off campus by 3:15, and that simply comes from a campus security stance. If you are involved in an after-school activity, whether it's sports or a different activity, then you need to be wherever that specific activity or sport is meeting. With our introductions out of the way, let's transition to what it means to be a Victory Kodiak. We use our Kodiak way to describe our standards and our expectations for both students and staff here at Victory. Our Kodiak way states that students and staff are responsible, respectful, safe, and kind. You're going to see various examples in the different areas of our building, whether it's the hallway, the restroom, classrooms, or even the cafeteria, of exactly what it means to display these various characteristics. So you'll become very familiar with the Kodiak way because we believe that these foundational beliefs help set all of us up for success while here at VMS. So moving on to what your day will look like kind of from a step-by-step perspective, students. On Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, all students will start the day in what we call advisory. You may have heard it referenced as something like homeroom in the past, but here at Victory we call it advisory. So every student has been assigned an advisor for the school year. So again, on those 4 days, advisory is the first class that you will go to. It lasts 20 minutes and is crucial for kind of setting the tone for our day. You're going to hear school announcements. You're going to get school-wide lessons. You're going to participate in different culture building lessons as well. So it's a unique 20 minutes that we are fortunate to have each day to, again, set us up for success for that coming day. From advisory, students will transition to first and then second period. And then between second and third period, we have what is simply called break. So break is an 8-minute period of time, followed by your 4-minute passing period. So in total, it's 12 minutes where students can simply take a break. You can take a nutrition break where you can come down to the cafeteria and get food if you need to, which can be purchased. Or you can just simply take a brain break and hang out in the hallways for a few minutes preparing for third period and then the rest of your day. Transitioning to lunches, we have 3 grade level specific lunches during the school day. Our 8th graders eat first during 4th period for everybody else from 11:19 to 11:49. Our 7th graders eat next during 5th period from 12:08 to 12:38. And 6th graders, you will eat last during 6th period, which is 12:57 to 1:27. All 3 of those lunches are about 30 minutes long. Just a few details about lunch. Traditionally in the cafeteria, we will have multiple options for students, from a few different hot lunch options. There's usually pizza and a few other things that, having sampled all of them myself, are pretty good. We have, generally speaking, a peanut butter and jelly option and a few other things. So there's lots to choose from when you get to the cafeteria. In middle school, again, just a few other details specific to us. We allow students to sit wherever they would like to with their friends, wherever they choose. We don't have a seating chart specifically during lunch. Kind of the process, we ask, or we require rather, students to stay in the cafeteria and finish eating for the first 10 minutes of lunch. At that 10-minute mark, we begin to dismiss students outside, giving everybody at least 20 minutes of outside time once they are finished eating. A few other specifics that are important to note: we do not allow students to take food outside, so it is up to them within that first 10 minutes or beyond, 20 minutes, to finish eating before they go outside. And in an effort to keep our campus clean, we ask that no food be brought outside. We do offer equipment, basketballs, frisbees, some footballs. We offer those as options to be checked out for students when you get outside. We'll cover a lot of those specifics with students on the first day of school so that we are all comfortable and understand what lunch will look like. Moving into some details about your 6th graders' class schedules, we have in middle school our system of exploratory classes. The purpose behind exploratory classes is to expose your 6th grader, you 6th graders, to as many classes as we can so that you can try to determine what it is that you like and what your interests are. So a few of those exploratories offered and ones that you will take are exploratory art, exploratory family consumer science, digital tools, and keyboarding. Those classes will be a semester's worth for each one, and they are paired together. Additional exploratories include music and PE. Music comes in the form of band, orchestra, or choir. If you are a student who is going to ride the bus, just a few logistics about busing. Our bus zone is located behind the building on the north side, so that's opposite of the main doors. In the morning, students are going to get dropped off in the bus loop, and then we are going to have students walk from the north side of the building up to the front and enter through the front doors in the morning. And then after school, we are going to have all students who are riding buses exit through the back doors of the building. And there's a few different locations of where that might be based on where your classes are. The nice thing is that we always have staff members on the north side of the building helping to assist students to make sure that they know where they are going. Moving on to lockers. Lockers, I know for a lot of people can just be a challenge, especially if we've never done it before, number one, or if we haven't done it for a while. So students, just keep in mind that we are all in this together. We are here to help you figure out how to open your lockers. We have a number of teachers who happen to have a locker key. If we just can't figure it out, we are going to find a way for you to get into your locker. So we're going to give you plenty of time to practice and feel very comfortable with how to operate your locker. So if you're a little bit stressed about what that looks like, again, take a deep breath. Don't worry. We are going to make sure that everybody is comfortable and learns how to open up their locker. We have included in your packet directions on how to operate a padlock. And we do recommend, if you are not familiar with it at all, that you even go and purchase one from Walmart to practice. Our cell phone policy at Victory is very simple. From 8:20 to 3:05, we want students to be able to focus simply on what is happening in the classroom and within the school. So because of that, we ask that students store their cell phones in their lockers during the day. So again, from 8:20 to 3:05. If for any reason students do need to contact home, make a phone call, they always have access to the phone in the main office. Additionally, the preferred behavior, if a student knows that they are expecting a text message for whatever reason from a parent or a grandparent or whoever, when they need to stop at their lockers in between classes, so during passing period or on their way down to break or something like that, then they are permitted to check their phones at their locker, but that is the only time. If a student does happen to take their phone with them to class and they are caught with that cell phone, please be aware that the phone will be confiscated by the adult and sent to the office until the end of the day. We also have a mandatory requirement that all students have on their person and wear their student ID badge. The preferred method is to have it on a lanyard and around your neck so that everybody can see it. The primary function of a student ID badge is for building security. That badge lets everybody know that you are supposed to be in our building during the day. Additionally, you use your student ID badge for a number of things during the school day. If you do not have your badge on you, for example, it makes it difficult to purchase lunch. You have to go to a separate line where you have to give our nutrition staff your student ID number, which takes more time. You cannot check out sports equipment during lunch if you do not have your badge. You use your badge to check out various items from the library that if you don't have, it just makes it very difficult. So again, for all of those reasons, we do require that students, you carry your student ID badge on you and that it is visible during the day. Just a little bit of information on the various fees you might encounter as a middle school student and or parent. We have a variety of activities going on in middle school that require various fees. So those fees could be associated to a sport that your student is playing, activity cards, band and or choir entries. So if you're looking for more information on those fees, you can certainly come into the building and visit with our bookkeeper. If you would like to pay those fees in person and you come to the school, just keep in mind that in person we can only take cash or check. A list of the fees that are associated with your student can be found also on myschoolfees.com. And if you wish to pay with a credit card, that is where you would use that. Again, at myschoolfees.com to use your credit card. And then if you want to come in and get information with our bookkeeper, which certainly can be accessible during the school day, it just needs to be paid with cash or check. We are fortunate here in the West Ada School District and at Victory Middle School to be a one-to-one district and school, meaning that every student that attends our school is given a laptop for their use while here at school and at home. Learning becomes more accessible. Teachers are able to access a variety of different strategies to connect the curriculum to your students. So we're fortunate to have these laptops. What we want to take a few minutes to do is just review what that means for your student. When we give you this laptop at the beginning of the year, essentially it becomes your laptop for at least the school year. And with that becomes a lot of responsibility. So looking through the lens of our Kodiak way, we want to just give some examples of what that care and responsibility might look like. So being responsible with your laptop students means simply that students should bring your laptop charged to school each day. So have a system for when you go home at the end of the day to get your laptop charged and then back in your backpack before you come to school the next day. Being kind to others as it relates to using your laptop, meaning that you should only use it for its intended purpose only. And that students should report any form of inappropriate use that they might come across. Being respectful with your laptop means handling it with care. Being safe with your laptop means that you should have your protective case on your laptop at all times. Accidents happen, we know this. I have dropped my cell phone and broken it before in the past, so please learn from those mistakes, students, and keep that case on your laptop at all times. Parents' device protection is optional but can be purchased for $25, and that is something that you enroll for online. Information for that can be found on our Victory Middle School website, and we'll direct you then to the West Ada School District website to enroll if you so choose. Again, it's $25. It's peace of mind. It does protect against accidental damages, so it is something certainly to be looked into. Part of our mission here at Victory Middle School, as we start to round out our presentation, is Partners in Learning. We are here to partner with you and your child to provide the best experience that we can while they are in middle school. So questions and concerns are going to come up, and we're going to partner and work through those things. What we ask is that you address any of your questions and concerns with the specific person that that question or concern pertains to. So if you have a question about something that's going on in class, please reach out to the teacher first, or whatever the scenario is. And if there is not a satisfactory resolution at the end of your conversation, then go ahead and move up and contact administration, and we will ensure that a satisfactory resolution is met at that time. Additionally, our primary form of communication each week to all of our stakeholders is our Kodiak Family Update, which happens, again, every week on Friday. So look for that for important dates and updates of things that are happening within the school. And with that, parents and students and families, we are at the end of our presentation. We couldn't be more excited to begin the 23-24 school year with you guys. Thank you for attending our Kodiak Kickoff event. At this time, you are free to work through your checklist, go explore the building, talk to the teachers that are in the hallways, administration is in the hallways. We look forward to meeting you and partnering with you to make this, again, a wonderful school year. Again, thanks for being here, and we will see everybody on the first day of school.